Actually heading towards Kameshki. Interesting.
So it is a pretty big adjustment from south all the way up to the north here for 4 angry men. Power 888, they've gone for Korpai in Lipovka as well. They know the blue B's on here, so Lipovka is going to be open, and we'll be able to grab maybe a vehicle, a lot more loot. They can divvy that up. Rubdini pretty close to one of the players from Power 888 there.
A lot coming into this like super weekend itself, but now being able to go over to North George, probably feeling a little bit more comfortable. What I don't want to see is this ridiculous blue zone play that we've seen from Na'Vi before, because look, when they get going, they certainly do get going, but when they're in the blue, something happens.
Top scorers, I think 400 men even had the worst day on the day yesterday. Bigetron were in something like 10th overall. But GODSENT continue their clash with Alpha 7 and lose Rolkis for their trouble. Vitu2K able to hold on face. Navy goes down and GODSENT are having a nightmare.
Yeah, Vitu2K just makes that look super clean. Picks up 2 kills for his troubles as well. And GODSENT have to be sent packing. Interesting decision from GODSENT. I'll give them that at the very least. Anyway, they will have to leave. Alpha 7 happy with that, though. Now have very much control over Potato Hill against one another.
They've been chopping and changing their drop spots, but first of all, it's Zeus and RRQ taking a fight on the hillside. Zeus getting the first knock onto Ernie and controlling the ridgeline for now, but D2E with the nade. Starts to cook it up, sends it over the top. Zyol as well, sending them back. But unfortunately, it's D2E who lands first, gets the knock. So it's 1 for 1 on the knock so far. D2E goes down to a nice nade from Ablate. And they slow things down. RRQ does not want to continue this fight until they can get their players back up and healthy. A nade, ooh, goes a little bit too short there. Almost right on top of things. Ablate sending out wide. Solo versus RRQ. This is a bold off angle to be found here. Actually might be landing a couple of shots. You saw G9 took a lick of damage, and now Zeus can regroup.
Yeah, interesting. So
this is right in the middle of the circle.
I do have some questions to ask after this fight, to you in particular, John. Okay. But let's take a look at what's going on for the time being. D2E takes a tiny bit of chip damage, but he'll be okay. Oh, more nades sent over the top. You wonder how much utility Zeus has left on board as they start to pick up the vehicles and leave RRQ. Long march across from the north side. They're still outside from the river, so they will have to cross at some point. Let's see when that does happen. But DRS, I think, have a bead on where they're coming from. I'm just trying to gatekeep them for the time being.
RRQ seems like they want to go for round 2 against Zeus. Zyol in the grass will spot first. G9 goes down. They haven't managed to get the refrag just yet. Beer 11 looking for it. He spins around, slithers down, and wonders how on earth he was able to get that done, but G9 will fall. D2E very low. Abley still on this massive off angle here, Blank. If they push around this side of the hill, they might just lose it there and then. ICY as well repositioning, regrouping. They have the building as well on the north side. They disengaged the fight and took position in the circle. This is smart play coming out from Zeus right now, and RRQ don't know what hit.
God, RRQ are just being surrounded like hyenas from Zeus at the moment. It's pretty scary. Soon to be carcasses, but Beer 11 knows he has to do something big. Again, D2E going down. RRQ cannot catch a break. Beer 11 has to make a clutch play here, but ICY would have spotted him. That will have removed element of surprise, and still, you can see down towards the bottom, Abilene, he still has the off angle.
Look at this heads-up repositioning from ICY. Zeus on one today. They're doing really, really well so far in this fight. Maybe they just want to secure those points. Beer 11 gets zoned out by a nade. A little bit long, but it's a smoke in the end. Will not be doing any damage there. Molotov nicely placed by Beer 11. Stops ICY going for the push on the right, but on the push on the left you need to worry about, my friend. He does go down. ICY picks up the kill.
This fight from Zeus has been so incredible. Circle centers up on this fight as well, so whoever comes out on top of this one will have
players in play. But for now, the hills are quiet. Kengzo, though, gets spotted. Oh, just able to make it to cover. As the rest of SECRETUHIGH roll in. Zyol takes the fight with them, watches up the hill, makes sure that RRQ are not pushing, but it's around the side, and they've left the compound. They've given it to SECRETUHIGH, who have leapfrogged that position. Maybe a little bit too over-aggressive. I was just talking about it, Blank, and it seems like they gave up that ground.
And now RRQ can start to leverage this spot. Again, this is what RRQ does so well, is that they're very, very patient as a team. Nades are starting to come through, but again, Zeus have thrown so many that I'm starting to question how well they'll be able to hold this position even after this fight concludes. I just don't think Zeus has been taking the time to actually just push this fight. I think they know RRQ's scared, but they're worried to go in on this one.
They tried to do two things at once. One, they tried to hold the building that is now owned by SECRETUHIGH, and two, they tried to fight with RRQ. They needed to choose. As soon as they got that first kill, they needed to choose one, and they didn't choose either, and now they've been leapfrogged by SECRETUHIGH, and RRQ have the high ground, and actually not a terrible position.
No, this ridgeline's really nice going forward as well because it protects you pretty much from the eastern side where you're seeing Team Secret, Alpha 7, GODSENT, loops down the way too. So RRQ can kind of isolate this fight at the moment. And now Zeus just kind of running around a little bit, confused with what they want to do with this position. You can see 4 AM. They instantly left that fight they had with Abrupt Slayers. Lost a player in the process, I believe, in her. It's going to get difficult though.
Might be indeed. If they have the vehicles though, they should be able to crash across Alpha 7 and GODSENT right now in Pmgc. Zeus are starting to move up towards Team Secret. It seems like they want to fight on everyone, on every single corner. This hillside proving to be even more occupied than the one they just left.
Yeah, always uphill though. Ice shots. There's some decent bullets heading down the way. Just peppering Zeus for the time being. Abeli wants to get into another one of these off-angle positions where he's done so much before, but Mattoy opens up the fight with a knock onto Zjol, and now Team Secret's going to do what Zeus weren't able, push the fight.
Not just yet, they get in the vehicles and they'll figure it out. SECRETUHIGH down the hill, they spot that out, scouted on the compound. The circle hard shifting south means that all of these teams will have to break down. If Zeus had held that compound, they would be in such a good spot, Blank, but they, again, stayed on the hillside. We'll see if they're able to make it work from this position. Zjol getting res now, and ICY has the off angle. Let's see how they are going to opt to move south. As GODSENT leave, DRS leave to the east of them from Pmgc. You can see all of these teams starting to move. Na'Vi have a really strong spot on the south edge.
Yeah, this is a classic case of tunnel vision though, which is the big issue. And like you said, Na'Vi have been able to just slowly work their way down onto the south side, which they know is clear, which is really, really good stuff going forward. And they have some ditches and hills to play around, whereas the rest of the circle is just marred by this field, which is very difficult to play in. It's going to be a lot of snake play towards the end, and Na'Vi have good control. DRS are right next to them though. Na'Vi hitting a big shot onto Mafia Ninja to start this one off. Again, we've got to really hammer this home, is that DRS is in direct contention with Na'Vi, both with their first Super Weekend this weekend. They don't want either of these teams to get too many points.
Loops tried to send all the way central, and they've had 2 players knocked. Only Federal now standing for the squad. Might be looking for some reses, but we'll have to wait and see. ICY, he's so close to ice shots right now, Blank, and Yuhai. They're both just out of sight, but not out of mind, certainly. They start to take some shots down towards the teammates. Don't think he's stepped up just yet. You can see 2 players from Zeus down the hill as well to their right. Zjol pulling all the aggro right now, and ICY biding his time. This is brutal. This is brutal. If they step up to this ridgeline, there's no way that they expect someone so close.
Yeah, you've got the DPS and ICY Zjol on the tank, just using the taunts down the way of the hill. And Team Secret, they are certainly hard on that target beneath.
They've spotted Reeves in the fields. And this is twice now that GODSENT to make an open dash and actually seemingly getting away with it. But there we go. ICY stands up and shuts them both down. Mad Toy down the hill. And there's only 1 player on this res, which means it is going to be a lot slower. Rex looking to get his teammates back up. As there comes the crash. Ronin hops out of the UAS, looking for the shot. 2 players alive now, needs to be careful. Wanting to tag them up, and that's Yuhai down again. Rex low as Ronin crests the ridge. ICY is back, and 3 players for Team Secret down. Mad Toy tries to get away in the Darcia. Do they spot him? Do they take the shots here? Zeus all but wiping Team Secret.
Team Secret just asking Icy, why would you do that to me, with a wonderful shot coming through from the side. And you set it up perfectly, John. He was waiting for so long. We got Loops here, going for a quick jump shot onto Klas Digital Athletics. Difficult scenario for them, and this is what
all 3 did manage to get them up. We saw the replay there on the player in the shack for Klas Digital Athletics. Ernie down in the bushes, but his teammates not so lucky. G9, D2E both have been knocked. Sook peppering the fields right now, salting the earth behind them, trying to stop anyone sprouting up and causing them trouble.
I really like this movement though from Na'Vi though, John. They've immediately moved up the ridgeline to try and clear the angles on the south side. Again, this is what I was talking about. It is not guaranteed that they get that circle shift. So they know they need to move up towards a position where they can control the south side. Because really, the only open playing field here is right on this little triangle on the south side. The rest is a field finish. All these teams want to wait as long as possible to move in. You can see BTR all the way on the eastern side taking their time. They know they do not want to get in any range of any of these teams. Could be so easy.
Oh, the nade onto center Texas does a lot, but the nade inside will do a little bit more to flush out Futbolist. However, the knock comes through early without Law on the angle. Alpha 7 are trapped in the smoke. A nade to take down Raw. Center Texas drops the death nade. Will be able to take him down. It was dropped early, and Swaggin trying to cross the fields will fall as well. Raum low as the nade pops out and actually tags onto Vitu2K. Raum crawling around and he just rolls out. Lutz, you madman, gets shut down, and probably rightly so there. Loops able to get the final kill. 2 teams eliminated.
Yeah, in the meantime, Na'Vi still trying to clear the south side. Team Secret, that is Madtoy now out in 13th place. Bigetron know they now need to make their move. They still have vehicles though. This is one of the most important parts of a field finish, is making sure you have those impromptu cover on board in terms of vehicles, and BTRs are pretty clean at the moment in terms of stability and not being damaged.
Konina Power eliminated in the middle of the field. They were trying to hide out, but it was not to be. Abrupt Slayers as well, all the way on the western edge. Klas Athletics, they've been in the compound for a while and they're going to have to leave on the southwest. As RRQ, Secret Jin, and 4 Angry Men all vying for position. RRQ only 1 player left, and Loops are taking punishment from across the way. Zook just continuing to keep this damage going, but Cosmos from Secret Jin just playing in that third party. It's a standoff.
It is this northwest side which is most criminal at the moment. You've got RRQ, Secret Jin, 4AM, and Loops who are going to be gatekeeping this fight too. Klas Athletics just about being able to make it out of this one, but Na'Vi now moving the circle. As you can see, they'd look to start clearing the angles on the southeast side, but it's BTR who they'll be going up against, as well as Power 888. Right now, Na'Vi 492.
Will be looking to try and pop a shot sneaky in the grass, but he has been seen. Old Boy deals with it. There's a nade in through the window. Old Boy, watch out. Oh, he hasn't seen it. He doesn't know. Oh, he steps outside. Just in time, potentially. I don't know if the cook was there, but doesn't get taken down. Klas Athletics spotted Bigetron's position as well. Na'Vi can look to try and get into the circle, and with Zeus chiming into the fight, it's really bad looking for Bigetron right now. Zuxi low HP, pops the smoke.
Quick replay on Old Boy with this beautiful nade that cleared out a lot of the members from Power 888 straight through the door there. Stops can't do anything about it. It's beautiful done, and at the same time he's getting knocked. Old Boy is absolutely rocking in this game.
Wow, fantastic stuff there from Old Boy. Na'Vi with their leader at the front. Bigetron 2 players. The southeast side is theirs, but 4 Angry Men and Secret Jin both trying to push through. RRQ went down in the middle of that blank, and Klas Athletics, they're trying to slowly encroach towards those hay bales that they've got in front of them as cover.
So unfortunate for Ryzen as well to go down this situation. He had the M249, which is arguably one of the best weapons in a field finish like this. Tixi will go down, but Microboy is next. Zuxi down to 50% HP. Tixi will get flushed out now. 3 players left for Na'Vi, but they control this southeastern side so securely. And oh boy, knowing for another quick nade here, it could be the end for him.
Zeus going very, very low as well from Na'Vi across the way. Zuxi low, last player standing, as you say. Zeus down to 2. Loops on 3, and 4 Angry Men on 3 as well. Nobody on a full 4-man squad right now blank, so it is the raggedy battle here in the fields. Everybody getting picked off. Razy very low. Looking to try and heal up, but Na'Vi continue the pressure on the northern edge. 4 Angry Men eliminated.
Old Boy currently on the 7-7 damage there, and by God, they have been lucky with these circles, but the skill of being able to clear out these circles on the south side has been impeccable coming through from this team. Now just Zuxi remaining. BTR is going to try and go as far as possible, but Old Boy is having one hell of a game here. 11 kills now for Na'Vi.
5 for Old Boy as well. Southeastern side is theirs. It is controlled. The drop will go towards their edge as well, which gives them more cover to play around blank. Zeus gets spotted out by Loops across the way, who've been hiding in that shack and crawling out across the field, but Meku shuts down Federal's position and looks to get the flush as well. Will land the final bullet, and that's another point for Na'Vi. 12 now on the game. And with DRS going down so early, this is an excellent streak for them. They dominate this circle right now. Classical Athletics looking to move. The vehicles are there for Na'Vi.
And Old Boy's already scouting forward, will have position within the circle. RRQ just about finds that shot across onto gold and now loops down to one player remaining. Zeus on ICY remaining, but Na'Vi, such a good spot. But it's Digitaletics that I won't count out just yet. Silas, Solus, RRQ, all incredible players in their own right, but they are outside the circle and it's looking rough.
That's so difficult there. Loops do get taken down. No hard cover for them on their edge, and the circle again for Na'Vi. They have their position. Zeus, they've managed to make it very far. They've impressed us with their team fighting skills here, Blank. They managed to get a top 3 spot with 5 kills on the board. A really good result from them. Classical Athletics, though, probably the only team looking to try and challenge Na'Vi here.
If Na'Vi finish this game out with just 2 more kills, they will have the exact same amount of points they scored over 5 games from yesterday in just the 1 match now. And this is what we're talking about. They want to have a weekend like A1 did, and this will drag them up to 60 points. They will be halfway of the way there already.
Well, I mean, if they get that chicken dinner, they need to convert it first. PMCO looking to peak right now, but Zeus goes down. That's eliminated. Another couple points guaranteed in the bank. That's 2 extra, jumping up from 10 to 12 on the off. But that's 25 points at least for Na'Vi as RRQ goes down. And they're looking to pick up more kills as time goes by. He's out in the open, but his teammates are trying to cover it off. RRQ, though, not long for the world. Old Boy picks up yet another. Keep on the pressure. 2 players now for Classical Athletics. PMCO makes a dash. Gets taken down. Silas out in the blue. Has to stand up and make the run. Matic not getting suppressed on that angle, and Old Boy not spotting it either. Silas, half HP. Well, a little bit more than that,
There
actually.
has to be a trade here, John. There has to be. Otherwise, we're getting to a 2v2, and this is possible now. PMCO tries to get his way across, and Matic is, in fact, going to go for the res. Silas stands up in this situation, but Old Boy looks like he's had it down.
The DP with a final bullet there will be able to get the first flush.
Oh no,
oh, this is
you
brutal.
are not.
Oh, he knows where he is as well. Needs to go out wide, drops out behind the hay bale. The rest of his team just securing the other kill. No chance of a res here as Solus behind the hay bale. Last standing for Classical Athletics. Nade to drop the shot in behind, keep him up against the wall there, and the nades continue to fly through. That one's going to be on target. It's got to be there, but Old Boy knocked in the meantime. Another nade, and it's the blue zone to do the dirty. Classical Athletics taken down, and Na'Vi strike into the second day of their first
small hotel room, locked away for so long, away from the super weekends, and now finally he's unleashed himself upon his...
That's what I was going for,
Yep.
and I couldn't remember what it was. And quite frankly, I hope we should forget about it, because
Woo!
we've got the circle. It's Dave
Oh,
shift.
baby.
It's the Dave shift, Blank.
That's the
We're
Dave
all the
shift
way
right
out
now.
into the water, northeastern side.
Do get center. It doesn't feel like they have that center control, if that makes sense. It feels like they don't flex out like teams like Futbolist will do. Quick drive-by from 4 AM.
Flexing out. Goodness me.
I know. 1 vehicle. You hate this, don't you, John?
I do. I'm biting my tongue right now. But they should be dead.
They really should be, actually.
Because
That
Alpha
was
7 had
that
a
was
full
worrying.
Alpha of these circles on Vikendi. I mean, what's that, like 8 in just the south side alone? RRQ, though, haven't found one. They have found GODSENT, however, on the hillside, in between the trees. The pines not providing cover for RRQ. Not just yet, anyway. Ernie cooking a nade, looks to send it behind the Darcia, behind the rock. A good cook, and it takes down Navy. Only takes a little bit of damage for it as well. Another one being sent over, but it's Rolkis to go down to D2E's Tommy gun. And GODSENT feeling the hurt right now. This is RRQ. This is what you wanted to see, Blake.
Yeah, this is exactly what I want to see, and it feels like there's a big shift from last game, just this one. It's the quick pushes, and I think that they realized from last game, because they were so apprehensive, because they were so passive, they took knocks. Na'Vi, they're out in the blue.
I hate it.
It has its blue claws locked into this team.
Now
messing
for
us all about.
Na'Vi, they are messing us all about. Bigetron have made it in Team Secret Jin and Futbolist. Actually, this is the fight we're tuning into. They're all the way down in Hot Springs. They've had a little bit of a rut around that bridge, but neither of them wants to stick around too long. You can see the sort of health that these teams are going to be on, and that's what we're expecting Na'Vi to be around as well, given that they've been in the blue for about the same amount of time. Cosmos went down for Secret Jin. Futbolist continuing to put the pressure on. Obviously, not going to be in the castle this time around, but Solke still up on the high ground for them. Just misses the skirt around the edge, but Kingzo has to heal.
God, Lutz is just nutty. He is kind of a crazy player from football. He's hit some of these ridiculous shots. And Na'Vi, yes,
They're moving!
they swing. They're swinging fast as well.
Oh.
They're heading past port. The wind in their sails. Yes, please. And they might just pick up a loot crate for the trouble as well, coming in from the northwest side. DRS also here, but it's Team Secret we're seeing on our screens, who are currently pincered between them and Klas Digital Athletics.
Klas Digital Athletics rock up on the rock, and Tommy Gunn to rock the socks off of eyeShots there. He is going to go down, get flushed as well. 3
good amount of points they might achieve.
Zuxi goes down to a nice little spray there from Axa and Black-White. Konina Power up top the hill, have the ridgeline. This is on the eastern side, near the coast. And they continue to put the pressure on. And Vikendi is one of those maps where you see knocks come through, and unless you just go for that full send, you want to commit to it, you're not really going to see those flushes start to pop on out. You can see that they are just going to get rezzed up. The important factor there, helmets, armor. Looking at anything very usual, and 4AM will be able to just sit pretty, whereas these teams on the southeast side, northwest side, they're going to have to take their time to move on in. And yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting. Like, come on.
Come on. Out each letter.
Well, RRQ, they've got 3 letters in their name, and they've got 1 knock, 2 knocks, 3 knocks to show for it. Ziol at the back lines as well behind the Dartier, getting peppered down, and they go for the 4K. Zeus, wiped clean, RRQ. They were looking for it last game, but they find it here on Vikendi. Yeah,
I would say that fight was made far easier by the fact that Abrupt Slayers sent in about 100 bullets into the side of Zeus at the same time. So, you know, RRQ and Abrupt Slayers both had the same idea, but RRQ will take vengeance any way they can get it. Now Round's looking down towards Kingzo's position. Now this is a typical rotation path for Secret Jin, and I wonder, you know, I wonder if footballers have read this.
It looked like Solke was going for the spray. He shot and remembered he had the MP5. I was like, okay, no, I'm okay.
Yeah, this is
going for the long range.
This is not something I can spray with.
No, not at that range anyway.
And the rest of the team a little bit easy for that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the stability on that range is going to be perfect for that situation.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, very much so. John, 4AM's kind of centre right now. I think that was actually a really good play where they went all in that 4 vehicle. And they're just beautiful for me to see. We will drop back out in just a second.
Yeah, Matic able to get one of the players from DRS trying to get positioned there. Actually, that was very, very far forwards for Matic outside of the rest of it. They saw earlier on 1 player down for RRQ, none for 4 Angry Men. Nades continue to bombard in as Haseki falls. Beer 11 able to pick up that frag. D2E trying to hold the downstairs as G9 looks for the res, but Ernie stays down. It was the heal that was coming through instead. Sinher moves forwards to back up Haseki as Svan now enters the fray. Nade being cooked from Sinher on the outside of the window. Nade on up, takes down G9. Ernie falls in the meantime. D2E challenging around the wall as Beer 11 holding on the inside, but won't be able to help out his teammate as Jinher takes him down. Sook now leading the charge for the final frag onto RRQ. Svan down outside the wall as Sook cooks up another, tries to serve it hot and ready up the top. Beer 11 on the stairwell, trying to bide his time. Heals coming through from those stims.
Konina Power also just outside this one. Axa has moved forward. Would have heard the fighting. Just took down Kengzo, who was approaching this building. This was a 1v2. Now make that 1v3 as the Resurrect does go off for 4AM here. Great stuff from RQ though. I like to see that aggression. Unfortunately, the fight does not go their way. D2E is not able to catch Svan as he makes the break across the road with the nade in hand. Beautiful stuff clearing out the top floor though. And now 4AM just want to hold on to this position.
Sook knows what he's up against. Beer 11 seems to have got the read on this. The next circle pops outside of the compound, so 4 Angry Men will have to leave it eventually. The question is, do they flush out Beer 11 first? And I have to say they probably should here, but Power 888, they're going to have to make their move. This is a huge cluster of teams on the eastern side, Blank. Abrupt Slayers are here, Power 888, Bigetron as well. You've got Loverzin as the wild card out in the blue zone still, may be able to enter the fight. Bigetron going very, very low. Chari, an excellent fragger for the squad. 2 kills already found for the Abrupt Slayers as Power 888 go face to face with them.
Here's Chari the Charizard looking to drop the fire onto Power 888, but it's a beautiful nade that comes over the top from Power 888 that we are used to from this team. Drops the nade out to the side, but it's nowhere near the players from Power 888 and Ice looking to move forward.
Oh, able to get the frag as well. The micro Uzi around the side of the rock is good. Leon at the back goes down, and so does Joker. Power 888 in one fell swoop take out Abrupt Slayers, but Bigetron are just over the hill, both of whom are going to have to move. The nades start to rain on in as Bigetron hit the deck. Gooey goes out wide, a sliver of HP, but looking for the off angle. Heal coming on in as he is going to have a little bit more strength in that position. Micro Boy leads the charge. 4 players alive for Bigetron as Ice falls. And they hit the deck yet again. No time left though, 9 seconds, and the Blues come in.
Look, Power AAA might have had some good nades there, but they are nowhere near as good as the nutty nades that come out from BTR. GUI, low HP, looking to make something happen here from the side, but Bigetron, they are just crunching on this position.
Oh, Ryzen on a sliver of HP. GUI goes down and stops now. Last is there. Ryzen will get ticked by the Blue. No way they can get that back up. Moving in costs them dearly, but will they be able to get stops down? No. It's going to be another knock coming through. Microboy low, looks for it as Zuxi pushes out wide. Bigetron out in the Blue. Zuxi's going to go down as well. They've just been wiped.
Unbelievable stuff there. We've seen so far in League Play Week 1 and 2, it's the map where they were just not able to make it happen, really pushing for those points with the nades from Alpha 7. Look at this bombardment.
God, look at those. Beautiful arcs on those nades, and Konina Power just have to figure out what the hell just hit him. Alpha 7, though, have to move a little bit faster if they want to get into this next circle. They just keep on raining them through. Those cars are gone, my friends. Konina Power are not near them. As the shots start to come in, Axa did get a heal, but Alpha 7 starting to rock up on the position. Black-White down low, will get flushed. Axa low as well. As they roll on up through the smoke, looking for the sprays. Axa falls. Rabdini now is last to go, and it's Klas Athletics to pepper in from the back, who have to move as well, but Alpha 7, all 4 of them alive. Center Texas, not so lucky, gets knocked.
Just an orchestra of bullets will put them down. Konina Power not able to survive in this situation. Now Na'Vi trying to move forward, but Loops obviously haven't had to move one bit in this game. Like we said right at the board, Na'Vi have a chance to take this. I just wonder where Na'Vi goes at this point in time, because there is a possibility they go down to the south, clear 4 AM out, and then they control that south side. Hope for a shift.
There we go.
That's 11 down, yep.
Finally going out on the southeastern side. 4 angry men will see that in the kill feed. They'll be aware of it, and we'll be able to push through ahead. DRS now on the hillside. They already took a knock over towards Klas Athletics on the hillside. They're not really competing with Loops directly, but those shots can come in.
AJ just spots the shoulder, peeking out from the smoke. Razy taking fire onto Alpha 7 after they've called in the airstrike, and now it's just Athletics who is just laying down the bazooka.
Goodness me, all right. Klas Athletics doing a lot of work here. You could see Solus top damage 566 right now, and plenty more to get done as well. Gyalzen looks to try and push through. That's Alpha 7 eliminated in the meantime. We're down to just 5 teams alive now. The nade, not quite finding it. Will know where everybody is here. He's biding his time, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Of course, the last player for his squad doesn't want to waste his opportunity here. Will be able to find one. Gets the knock on to Selim. Looks for Silas as well. Razy on the hillside goes out wide to the left, jumps around the corner, and will get taken down as well. It's a 1 versus 1, but will finally fall. Klas Athletics, though, wind out their sails, looking to try and move forwards. Na'Vi now challenge Loops.
This is such a fantastic position for Na'Vi as well, because they have the entirety of this wall to play around, and the rest of the teams have to fight one another. Digital Athletics coming in. Loops is caught between a rock and a hard place.
Silas now trying to skirt on forwards. The Reses did come through, and they're biding their time to jump into it. They have the majority of the circle. They don't need to push this. Na'Vi, however, not so lucky. They know Golden's here. Meku, he knows there's an angle somewhere, but can't quite find it. Golden holding down the window, and they're just jumping past each other. A nade from Tixie takes down Silas, and Klas Athletics might get skirted on around the edge of the compound, but Na'Vi want to brute force their way through.
Already have a knock onto Digital Athletics, provides a lot of time for Na'Vi to still try and clear this out. Tixie moves in, finds the first knock there with the Groza, will instantly flush now. Just 2 players from Loops, but he takes the knock from behind. It's Federal.
Will be able to get the flush as well. 2 players now from Loops, looking to try and hold it down. 3 from Na'Vi. Carrillo in the alleyway finds Old Boy, but will not find any more. Just Federal at the window. Last player for Loops now. 4 teams remain, and they're looking to try and make it a little bit further as Carrillo does get flushed. Solus picks that point up as Klas Athletics now pushing up to the wall, trying to guard everyone else out. Here comes Svan up the ridgeline. Last player for 400 men gets taken down. And Na'Vi pick up another kill, another squad wipe as well. 2 players alive for Na'Vi as it's going topsy-turvy.
Matic on top of the roof side. Federal about to be enveloped by the blue as the next solo comes through, but they just did not finish that fight fast enough, and now they're in a really tricky situation. Meku trying to play around this wall, has to hit some really big pre-fires here. Salim spotted though, and that's a big knock coming through Matic. Now we're in a 2v2, now there's a possibility for Na'Vi.
It's all on this compound blank, nobody is away from it. With that knock onto Selim, that means that everybody's playing these walls, and look at this heads-up pushback from Meku. Goes to the ridgeline. Silas, I think, is aware of it, might be spotting out the angle, but Solus is in the compound. Federal, last player for Loops right now, and Solus looking for it as well. Gets spotted out from the back. A tag up from Matic, and he draws the attention away. Will Meku be able to skirt around? I think the information from Selim will be able to get in there, but Matic deals with that. Lickety split, and now it's 2 players for Classes Athletics, 2 for Na'Vi and 1 for Loops.
What a difference we're seeing here from Na'Vi, John. Such a topsy-turvy game, like you're saying. So different. Meku drops out, and Matic, what a shot from the top side. They're supporting one another so perfectly. Makes the parkour shot, drops down, looking for the rest of the players. Na'Vi, just 2 other players remaining from the other 2 teams. He's going to go in on this. He's just going to push it. He makes it happen. Now Federal, he is actually once again landed up into second. How many times is he going to make this happen?
Back to back, it's Na'Vi with the chicken dinner. What a play from Matic there. Jumps on the roof. Absolute Batman plays coming out from this guy, and they are rolling with their questionable 1v4 squad wipe themselves.
It's a prank.
It's a prank. It's
a prank. I don't know if it's just a prank or not. I mean, they're so securely into the PMGC Global Championships, and they have another weekend to make this happen as well. In fact, they have another 8 games to make it happen, John.
That's true. I mean, as for the next Super Weekend, we'll have to wait and see, you know. Anything
can happen.
Whoa! Anything can happen.
Yeah, we gotta tone it down a little bit.
But the points gap at the top of the tables is starting to shrink.
Yes.
Loops are on 351. Classes at
the start of the day. So Bigetron and 4M are still pointing at those numbers to extend that, not extend that lead, but maintain that lead between them and the players below. But I would say that...
One behind the ridgeline. Very good. 22 games remaining and an 83-point gap. Let's call it around 80 and 20. Divide that between each other. You get about 4 points profit over each of these teams per game. So you're looking...
Bales around this area. There are shacks that you can potentially play in. I believe that...
Mafia Ninja.
Is that DRS versus Na'Vi?
Mafia Ninja does go down. Just be able to spot them. I think Na'Vi have a little bit of a bead on that. They're greedy though. They want that loot.
Yeah, Secret Jin's out here too, so you'll be really careful of that exact eventuality.
They stayed too long. They both didn't need to be there. Now Lavi have Tixie down on the road. They are in the blue for now, but they've only got 20 seconds to get up and get gone. Smoke can come through. Secret Jin want to go across the hillside, want to go up on the hill way. 2K takes a little bit of damage. The smoke has bloomed now as Matic drops another one. There's a lot of vehicles. If they can get this res, they can get out blank. And he's going for it on the final tick. That is so risky there. Meku, you could see, was in for the backup, and they want to hold out strong here. Keep all 4 players alive. The bullets spamming the roadside right now, but not quite able to find it. Meku goes down though to the vehicle going boom. Cosmos looking to push onto the position. Tixie and Matic on the road will be able to survive, but Meku not so lucky. Na'Vi, they stick around too long and get stuck in a sticky spot.
Old Boy is on the high ground. Remember, he was disconnected from the team. It would be so fortuitous if he's able to get into this fight, but looks like Tixie's just trying to get away, but he can barely even make it happen. Matic's also out, and now Na'Vi is down to just a single player in Old Boy. Greedy stuff from there, going into the roadside. Secret Jin, though, they did arguably switch up their rotation path very...
Maybe on the hunt with the rest of the squad. RRQ are ahead of them. Classes Athletics as well.
Na'Vi is... Oh god, Old Boy is really having a rough time of it right now. It's not good.
No dear, GZ goes down, Kengzo low, 2K low as well. G9 says, oh, is that a tasty little morsel there? Nades being cooked, spam around the doorway. A lot of healing actually came off for Secret Jin as G9 goes down. Kengzo alive as 2K makes it into the building. Ernie now tries to hold it. Kengzo not quite able to get it, but they lose a player. A little bit sloppy there from RRQ as they take the challenge around the wall. The drop shot's good and Kengzo survives. Are they going to make it happen? Ernie now takes the challenge. Kengzo back around the wall, gets spotted out, but he's behind the shack. Pops the heel, wants to go bold. Ernie needs to try and find it now. It's now or never. Ernie. D2E is alive and Cosmos has an off angle as well. Ernie moves on out the nade, not quite finding it. Kengzo got the heel and Ernie falls. It's the 1-for-1. Cosmos now strikes.
That is the solitary samurai for you in Kengzo once again. This guy makes it happen on his own. Great stuff. And Secret Jin, they still have 3 players, John.
Have they done it? RRQ, they had 3 players in the compound and everybody was on a sliver of HP. Every single... To pop those bandages immediately, get some healing done. D2E not going to be so lucky though as he skirts away. Bigetron on the downstairs. Power 888 trying to challenge. on this position. This is on the eastern side of the circle. As Power 888 move through, they've got 2 kills, 3 players alive. Bigetron, all 4 standing.
Wonderful split coming in from 4AM, who are currently on the northwest hillside. I should say mountainside, really, to be honest with you, because they are so far up. Futbolist also here. Lutz fully taking advantage of that high ground. We know how good that guy can be, but Bigetron very much within enemy grounds at the moment.
RRQ got eliminated, so did Na'Vi in the midst of all of that, so Old Boy did fall. The run had to stop somewhere, and it was right now on Miramar. Team Secret blinking away onto Alpha 7. It's a little bit further out to the west of this fight right now. Bigetron still holding this ground floor pretty well against Power 888, and Nate actually come in from the Abrupt Slayers who are on the outside. They're guarding towards the center of the circle right now. You can see they're on this ridge line. And a lot of control here to be found, but Leon gets spotted out, gets rattled down by Luxy.
Yeah, this is so susceptible to a third party, but Bigetron, they have eyes in the back of the head, and that's what you got to worry about. Again, now, this part of the map becomes very difficult to play. There's so many valleys. Everyone wants to play right on the edge where there's still hillsides available. No one wants to drop down towards a road where there is this valley. So it's going to get very tricky very quickly, John.
Bigetron give up the ground floor and they move to the top spot here. It gives them sight lines over towards the Abrupt Slayers and makes the Power 888 squad have to push up to them if they want to take the rest of the fight. Zuxi has a great angle there. Might be able to spot Ice. Yep, there he goes. Gooey now, last player for Power 888. Hits the deck in the smoke. Hasn't been found out just yet as Zjol goes down to Konina Power on that fight, but out comes Gooey, gets Ryzen, able to get him down, looks for the flush, but not able to find it. Abrupt Slayers take this opportunity to maybe look for a push and maybe look for a knock, as Ryzen has yet to be rezzed right now.
Leon drops back. Bigetron still with 4, John, but oh goodness me. Eastern shift on the circle, and what are you really going to play around there? The players that can get to that compound the quickest, though, will be in the best stead. You can see Leon just sending out for it. Team Secret also all in vehicles, razzing it down, trying to get in there amidst all the chaos.
Bigetron, 4 players alive, sorry, all of them are up. They have got themselves an off angle, but they have to push through. Of the 4 heavy hitters that in this Super Weekend blanket, it's only Abrupt Slayers and Klas Digital Athletics with a pretty decent shout into this next circle. However, Klas a little bit more an edge. 4 Angry Men are around the corner. Futbolist as well, as the Abrupt Slayers move to take a central position and try and keep up towards the top there. Zeus taking the fight with Konina Power. It goes 1 for 1. However, Zeus only had 1 left standing, and they will get eliminated. That's on the northeastern side, and Konina Power can move down.
Now Secret Jin's still going. Cosmos finds a pick onto Yuhai too. Now just 2 players from Team Secret remaining as Lutz finishes off Matt Toy.
Goodness me. All right, they're in the warehouse. It is the open side, so it's very difficult to hide from that angle. There's the mounted side laid bare for 4 Angry Men right now. I'm surprised Team Secret aren't plinking away, but at the moment it's Futbolist dominating on the western side. They have 3 kills, 3 players alive, and they're moving around. Svan's down, Shinher trying to look to survive as long as possible. The last player standing, going for that first aid. Svan gets the info back to his teammate. Wasn't going to be able to get rezzed there, so valuable intel is found. However, Solus gets some intel as well. He turns his gaze that way and will look to pop a couple of shots towards Realm.
It's rough for Team Secret here, John, to take any shots at anyone else just because of the dip into the actual compound they're holding at the moment. They don't really have many sightlines looking outwards, and they'd much rather just hold here for as long as possible and just ladder up in terms of ranking place. Konina Power all the way out to the east currently hold that area, but Bigetron will have sightlines down. Now, teams just all taking shots at one another as they have to cross this open ground with not too much cover ahead of them either.
The early move from Abrupt Slayers paying off beautifully right now. They've got their forward duo and they have the backup from Heaven and Chari as well, who need to move in, but they'll be able to do so relatively unimpeded. Bigetron out to their east, DRS with the duo down to their west, GODSENT as well with their solo entry Navy on the decent position, but will they be able to hold it off? One of their players on the north has been taken down, and if Gonzo falls, there is no one really who can back him up.
There was a trade back and forward between Team Secret and Konina Power, but Team Secret much happier about that one than Konina Power are, because Konina Power currently out inside the area of the blue. Next circle comes down towards the south side. Team Secret will have to cross the road, and Abrupt Slayers currently have a really good position, and still 4 members alive.
3 kills found so far, all 4 as you say. Klas Athletics closest to the road on that northern side, and will be looking to cross, but it will be very, very difficult here. Bigetron, DRS, these are the other 2 teams on this south side of the road who will be in with a shout of taking a position, but it's a question of can they escape the watchful sightlines of the Abrupt Slayers.
Bigetron, we've seen them play his position before. Futbolist now trying to move out wide, taking shots. Silas, literally 1 HP.
Oh no, it's DRS, the duo, who is still trucking there from the bottom of the tables. They're looking to try and channel their compatriots on this first super weekend, Na'Vi, into this game. It's like they've stolen their gumption. We'll be able to get a kill. We'll get a knock sent their way, however. 400 men eliminated. That was the heal from Shinher, not quite paying off, and now Lutz looks like he's trying to do the same. Last player for Futbolist alive as Klas Athletics laid down the hurt. Only 2 players remain from them after that unfortunate knock from DRS.
Yeah, Shinher actually just stepped up and tried to take some shots down onto Futbolist to try and clear out a team there, rather than going for the heal off anymore. I don't think he had any more meds left, so very unfortunate, but he's not able to ladder up any further. Lutz outside in the blue now, just trying to get the first aid kit off. He knows there's so many angles that people are looking at them. Klas Athletics gets some damage off and use that moment to move up behind this compound.
Oh, the Abrupt Slayers take a knock from Konina Power right now, but Konina Power have their own challenges to get over. Team Secret stopping them from making this push just a little bit. Eye shots will be shut down though. Axa has been knocked and the Abrupt Slayers looking to get Leon back up. Should be able to get that res off, and Axa resed as well. Gonzo on that south side, so crucial for Konina Power. Lutz still entering the fight. No meds to speak of. Looks for a pop-off with a Molotov, trying to zone away a player from Klas Athletics. Remember, they've only got 2 players standing, and one of them is downed already. Out in the blue, have to cross now. It's just Solus making the mad dash. The suicide run. Shots coming at him from every which way, but somehow sneaks through. Gets up to that cliff line as Razy finally flushed out. Abrupt Slayers pick it up.
You could see Solus's shoulders hunched in apprehension of being shot there, but somehow he makes it underneath the cliffside, which will see him safe for now. BTR taking a fair bit of damage. Konina Power step up. Gonzo hitting some nice shots here.
Just Microboy standing for Bigetron right now, and not much HP between them and going down. Microboy will fall, and it's Konina Power to take them out. Konina Power have had a massive cross here.
Yeah.
They've managed to take down one of the Abrupt Slayers as well.
Great stuff from Konina Power. They have been very much out on the edge, outside of the zone pretty much this entire game. The fact they've been able to make it to this point is incredible. You can see how much down they are on utility and meds, but still they are making it happen. Great smokes from them to alleviate a little bit of pressure from the western side. Now they're throwing in grenades. That one could be fairly decent. It absolutely is. Cherry goes down, and now Konina Power can try and take advantage of this little ditch that currently Abrupt Slayers are playing inside of.
Oh, the Molotov around the buggy as well, just moving Joker out wide. Really nice stuff from Konina Power, as you say. Axa has the bead on Heaven, goes low but doesn't go down, gets behind the ridge, and in comes Black White for the flush. Abrupt Slayers finally getting dismounted here as the Stallions from EMEA able to ride strong. Abrupt Slayers are dismounted. 11 kills so far. DRS have made it all this way, and so has Solus on that mad crossing he made in 3rd place now.
Yeah, he's looking for a ladder up here in 2nd place more than anything. It'd be good if DRS can go down quickly, but Gyalzen starts to fight off well.
Axa tries to take the challenge, but doesn't get any damage in response. Black-White can get rezzed, but the nades can start to come through. A Molotov over that ridgeline will slow things down, but it's just too long. Very difficult to hit those on the backwards slope, Blank. You need to be pinpoint accurate.
Oh, Solus is here.
It was just a little bit long. Solus up the hill now, looking to try and sweep around the side, looking to ladder up with maybe a couple of kill points to his name. Robdini has the off angle. DRS in the circle. Solus is not, as Konina Power have sent a lot of players out wide, and none of these 3 are in.
Yeah, Solus, interesting he would come here. Nade in hand now. It could be a big one if he hits it right, but no, underneath the pressure that is bearing down upon him. Just whiffs it a little bit, and now Black-White looking to move over the top, but Molotov's in his way.
Black-White continues to move around the side, but they're leaving the circle, and they might be running straight into DRS right now. Solus, he's the one-man army for Klas Athletics. Currently top scorers on this Super Weekend, 86 before this game, Blank, and DRS not shooting him down.
Not as of yet. Really strong stuff. And now Konina Power starting to sweep around the side, moving away from this position, trying to use this 4-man advantage to their absolute best.
biding their time, seeing who gets spotted first. Both of these teams left beneath Konina Power, trying to ladder up as much as they can. The Molotov to stop the peaks.
Like I said here, John, 70% HP on 3 of these players. It just indicates there's no boosters online for any of them. Like I said, they've had to brute force their way into these final circles. It has been wonderful, but you just wonder how far can the battering ram go?
DRS need to move just a little bit forwards for the next circle. Solus just taking the time. There's an Orm in there, but at this close range, I don't think it's going to be super useful. Konina Power set up the Alamo. This is their last stand here. 4 players alive. They're looking pretty good to take this, but it is PUBG Mobile. Anything can happen.
Circle heads their way. Konina Power very happy about this, and DRS will be pushed in. This is the worst thing that could have happened to DRS. They wished for a circle on the other side. Solus gets taken down. DRS heads up towards a second spot here, potentially. And if they can really clutch it up, maybe a chicken dinner.
Konina Power, 11 kills. Looking for 2 more right now. Bring themselves up to 13 and 28 points on the game. Black-White atop the hill has brilliant sight lines to stop any of these pushes coming through. Will certainly give the information over to his team if they do. Getting enveloped by the blue, though, he's going to be dismounted.
The thing here for DRS is that they have to breach this lip line. Konina Power know it. To make something happen, AJ already takes a fair bit of damage onto his side, but the blue is squeezing them ever closer together.
Goodness me, they haven't crested it. This is bold from DRS. They're trying to get anything they can, eke out any advantage they may have. Goes up, gets 1 knock. Gonzo goes down. Rabdini looking to echo. AJ low. Gyalzen down to minuscule HP. And Konina Power finally end out the game. 13 kills, 20.
Is always going to reign supreme here. And I'm looking forward to see which team is going to be able to pull it out here on this map.
Execute spot. Execute. Not in this super weekend, and Navi taking full advantage. Navi, we were just talking about Navi, and you were just talking about DRS. Tixie, what's the Tommy gun?
That's huge. He's got to be able to win the second 1v1. He's got to be really careful. Oh, but I think it's so early game. I don't think he has anything. He had to have spotted him there, yep, with that 3-peek. And he's going to go for him. Oh, man. Gyalzen is done for. Nothing into his hands. Yeah, and that just like that. To see how they're able to adapt. And looks like a lot of teams are opting to mix up their roster a little bit, make things happen. That was a nice Car 98 shot onto Reeves right there. It's still pretty far across. Navy, though, he's got this angle onto Rex. They have to hear those shimmies. Yeah, he heard him for sure. Wow. And now you can see U-High backing up his teammate in that 2-1.
Look at that. They're just crawling. They're just crawling. They almost have Navy pinpoint to where they are as we start to see them kind of flank around. Now, one thing Navy does have working for them is the potential for Zeus to third party the push on target for only 1 point. It looks like they're going to be pulling off here.
Yeah, they just don't know where that intel is. They don't have enough information to kind of make that crazy push. But here comes another fight right now. RRQ against Alpha 7. You can see G9's got a really nice nade trying to get it onto Swaggin. Ernie's going to start things off, though, with the knock on the Senate Dex. That looks like they will be able to get a finish here because they're really starting to press this. This nade from Law, though, that could spell the difference if he's able to get it off. But RRQ are pushing this perfectly right now.
Moving as a unit, they will be wrapping around that large boulder. Swagwin with the molly, trying to go for that trade to stop the push from RRQ.
You see Swaggin just throwing those defensive Molotovs, trying to make something happen right now. Vit2k is driving the buggy. Vit2k in the 1v1 against Ernie. He's going to get caught. Swaggin with that M7 trying to get something done. Switches to the M44X, catches D2 in the head. Third party's coming up as well from across the map, and that is going to be the finish. Secret Jin gonna catch RRQ
over that fight. DA, they had a phenomenal day yesterday. They racked up so many points. Here comes the breach onto Abrupt Slayers.
Trying to make it punish for it. Now they're getting shot as well from another squad, and they are getting beat up like heck from Loops. The spray coming in hot. That's gonna give Abrupt Slayers a lot of time. They are gonna be sending a thank you note on over to the side of Loops for now. We'll see though if Digital Athletics are able to get this reset. That nade from Ray-Z, that could be big. Will he get the perfect bounce? Is the bank open? It is! He's gonna start it off with on the knock onto Leon. And here comes Salim, gonna be able to press this onto Heaven. Able to get through the door on a scathe. Heaven's holding that Uzi, that corner so hard right now. Ready to get that free fire. Great finish right there. I mean, what a perfect angle. They peeked it on that wrong side, and Abrupt Slayers are gonna be such a deadly team here in the PMGC.
I mean, 4AM hot on the trail still. I mean, Bigetron still at the top. Yes, 4AM right behind him. DEA also throwing their hat into the ring, trying to play that catch-up. And looking on over here, what happened? I see a couple members from Futbolist bleeding on out, crawling, calling, screaming for that revive.
Yep, they're screaming for LEVINHO right now, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get them in time. You can see he revives. He gets one. He's going to head over to Sulk right now. And they're going to be sitting pretty. Na'Vi, though. Secret Jin. 4AM. All got to get moving, and it looks like Navy's trying to catch Hasaki here. Trying to get in that Ronnie and moving.
Blow it up.
And that thing, yeah, he's about to blow it up right now. But opts to just wait a second. Looks like iShots. Did he get the double?
Close.
Almost.
There we go, though.
There comes the support. There comes the support. That was huge. Navi's going to get those finishes.
Yeah. I mean, hearing that. And this is the split. 4AM, they had a little 2-2 split going on right there. Team Secret, that solo member taking full advantage of that. And then
Corey, that's for fact. And it's just such a tough one to navigate through. We'll see how they have to do it, though. Black-White is going to pepper up Icy Wild just a little bit with that M43X. Trying to get some just more information, get some knocks, but guess what? He's going to end up on his knees because Abley's got that AWM, and he's been sitting pretty with that thing, and that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
this is dangerous. Bigetron right in front of him. I mean, you see how slow. You see how slow he's driving. He's like, oh my goodness, am I not getting shot yet? Oh my goodness, we're safe. I'm actually good.
He was slow rolling that Ronnie.
Slow.
I mean, he did not want a full set. He does get an initial knock there, but the return from Luxy and Old Boy is just wide out in the open. So that's going to be the finish onto him. Bigetron always so good at staying relatively grouped up, so it looks like they will be able to get this res off rather quickly. And you can just see the other two members from Na'Vi trying to rotate on, find another angle, and possibly catch Bigetron slipping here.
I mean, that just goes to show you, like, the awareness. Microboy knocked down. Immediately returning the fire was their squad mates from Bigetron to take out and get the trade from Old Boy. Like, it happened in a second. That's how quick it happened.
There goes that off angle. They finally were able to get a good spot onto Bigetron. The only issue now, though, is that they're taking this fight with the circle shifting back up away from them. So now they're in a position to get gate kept really, really hard. This is going to be a really tough fight for Na'Vi.
Oh, like, these shots. The way that Na'Vi, they were rotating right on in between Bigetron, who were up on the hill, and Team Secret. So it's going to be very dangerous for them to even push in, and that's why we start to see them kind of spread a little bit asthmatic. Going to go the opposite direction right now and just try to survive.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Na'Vi play that a little bit more passive and try to, circumvent Bigetron a little bit earlier on rather than taking those first shots. Because Bigetron, you just saw, the second they had one knocker, they instantly
will be feeling those shots. But look at this push. Alpha 7 onto Power 888.
Power 888, and they're going to try to figure out this right now. This is going to be a little bit tough for GUI to be able to get done, as Alpha 7 are going to have a huge advantage coming into this fight. Here comes his team, though, trying to be able to get that support. Here come the buggies as well. Corpai's going to get eliminated right here. Going to give that intel to his squad as well as he's pushed up. This next knock is going to be really, really big. We'll see who's going to be able to get it done.
SWAGWIN was thinking about going for that off angle, but I believe Ice kept them pinned down, and that's why we saw SWAGWIN try to regroup with their squad mates in between the boulders. Ice playing such a huge role, making sure that they cannot get stabbed from behind. But Law tossing some grenades, does have a flashbang. One flash, that can open it up. That can give him the time to push on over that little hill.
The only issue, though, is that the longer this fight goes on, you got to worry about getting third-partied, especially considering that the circle's starting to close onto them. So they have to either play this really passive or go for the aggression rather quickly. This next zone is starting to close. You can see on the bottom of the map, Na'Vi as well as Team Secret. Oh, Na'Vi are going to go out. Yeah, so they are completely done in 13th place. Not the finish there that we're hoping for. This is Sandhawk, baby. This is a really tough one to be able to get good points on. And we'll see right now who's going to come up on top. Look at the zone shift. Oh, what a circle shift away from all these.
Power 888.
Yeah, here comes that replay right there. This is that Na'Vi fight with Team Secret. High getting a really nice shot onto McHugh right there. And he opts to go ahead and find the second one, and that is them done for. So great shots coming from High. Back onto this fight, though. Here comes Power 888 on the press. Can Vincent 2K hold it down with that laydown? He's going to get one. Here comes the Tommy gun. Oh, but getting shot in the back. feeling everybody right now. Here comes Gonzo switching to that 6X. Gonna get a knock on the Abilene right there. Icy Y up close. Some good hip fires coming from Gonzo. Doing a really good job at just controlling this entire area. Here comes Carrillo just trying to get some points with that nade. Oh, and it looks like it's a really good bounce, but unfortunately just a little too far. And Gonzo, man, I mean, just standing up and holding it down for his squad right now.
They need to, because the next zone does shift. It does not favor them. So instead of playing for position right now, because it is on Quarry, just go for those kills and try to offset it. Try to offset those placement points. 5 kills so far, 4 alive. Konina Power, they're looking for the back-to-back chicken dinner here.
We'll see if they can get it, though, because this is Quarry. They're going to have to start pushing into this next circle, and there's not a lot of cover that they have in front of them in order to do so. You can see them just trying to get all the information that they can. GODSENT, they're in this circle. They're in a big position to gatekeep a lot of squads, trying to creep on in, but Konina Power putting some good shots and good pressure from across the way.
Smart use of smokes as well to allow them to even have the opportunity to get on into this cover. GODSENT, they have been blessed with this zone on that east side, and now they are trying to take those shots and trying to make sure no team gets on into Quarry safely.
And look at Bigetron. Look at Bigetron. Micro Boy has just been snaking this whole time. Even though he sees him, he opts to not give away his position. The trigger discipline is just so strong right now, and it's giving a lot of squads a false sense of confidence. So really interesting play coming from Bigetron. We'll see how it works out for them as the rest of these teams are going to have to push on. Oh, the circle goes back to Konina Power. So now GODSENT going to get moving.
Someone get Ryzen a scuba snorkel. That guy diving for gold right now. Futbolist going for that long shot on those grenades, and GODSENT no longer in play. We are down to just 3 teams. Cosmo, you might have to get up, man. You might have to get up. Cosmo's taken down as well to the blue zone. Papa Blue coming out big time when it comes to this Sandhawk map. Futbolist versus Konina Power right now, Hot Jukes.
In a 4v3 right now, and you can see Futbolist, they're at a big disadvantage because they have to push up into this circle. Robdini doing a great job at taking away that position even further. So they got to cross an open street right now. Futbolist, to win this, they have to hit some nutty shots on the Konina Power. And Robdini is doing it strong.
Trade. They got to trade. They got to trade. Looks like Robdini might be getting picked up right here. Black-White using this concrete barrier. They're prone right now. Lawson with the smoke, making the push. Gonzo, though, thinking about it, thinking about cooking his grenade. Will be cooking it. Gonna go for the long toss here. This could be good.
Shots. Good shots coming out from Lutz right there.
Baby.
That's a good one right there on the LEVINHO, but it's just Lutz up remaining. Konina Power are just going to go for the reset, play it really safe. Cannot blame them right now. Lutz has to pull off the impossible in order to be able to win this one. And oh, he's already getting punished big time.
Trying to heal up right now. Trying to heal up and give themselves that fighting chance. And I don't think Black-White is going to allow it.
And that's it.
Pushing. Done. Done. And guess what? Back to back. Back to back. Back to so clean. Before we get into it, all right, I just want to say real quick, I just got to point out, Ryzen from Bigetron, such a creative player. I mean, we always check in with Ryzen late game.
Instantly, let me just try and snake it up into the top 5. And that's what I think separates Bigetron. And the reason...
See you later. Zol looking around like, what happened? Where'd my team go right there? And yeah, they got picked apart, and now RRQ looking to crest on over this hill, looking to get another one on the board, and looking like they're going to be able to get 2 points very early on here.
Easy knock for them. Yeah, I mean, they're so good at pushing together as a team. And you can see him doing that right there. Senor, looks like he's got his brother probably behind his back, cheering him on right there after that good knock. And RRQ are going to start this one with 2 good points. And if I know RRQ, from here, most likely going to head it up to Brothers split because they realize there's only one member from 4 AM out there.
And the thing is, I was watching the news, that bridge, they recently greased it up here. It got renovated, so it's going to be awfully slippery up there. Shin cooking this grenade. Ooh, that off angle, though. Yeah, the DP able to provide the support right there. That was huge.
Such a clutch shot right there from Schwan to be able to get that play done. And it looks like that off angle where we're going to catch Rom, and now Futbolist, it's just Soul K. Guess what, though? Here's the issue. It's not Soul K Sunday. It's Saturday, Dave.
It's not worth staying here. It is not worth planting roots. We need to reposition right now.
Yes, gotta get moving instantly right now, and you can just see Shelter is gonna be where this is gonna end, and this is a very, very open terrain area. So those 4 cars are gonna come huge to set up some makeshift cover there at the end. Oh boy, sending it on into prison. Oh, almost landed it, almost stuck it right there. I'll give that one a 4.5. But you know, we'll see how he's gonna be able to get this shift going into this next circle.
Extra points for the wheelie, man. Extra points. Looking at this zone, though. Milta, no longer in play. RRQ, Konina Power, Bigetron, GODSENT. A lot of teams smack on top of each other. DRS, you mentioned it. They had a very strong position last zone. Still very strong. They are going to be able to gatekeep Power AAA. But RRQ looking to flush out this Harry Potter tower onto Konina Power.
Wizard Tower getting pressed really hard right now. Nice little underhands for D2E trying to catch Konina Power slipping. Robdini might try to give him a taste of his own medicine, but it's all up to D2E to hold this position perfectly. One bad Molotov, he can burn himself. So he's got to be really, really careful and figure out where's the right spot to put it in. Oh, and he's going to catch it right inside. That's going to burn what's on fire. There goes Gonzo. They are burning alive right now. What a great molly from D2E. He gets it, hits his own Molotov though. Jumps in a little too fast.
Robdini.
He's gonna get knocked by Robdini here.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. The pressure got the better half of them. But G9, the solo for RRQ, still alive. We'll be hearing that UAS push on out. Might opt to just use this for cover to...
are gonna find, one of their spots on top of the shelter right here. They're gonna hold down one of the bunkers. And man, these shelter finishes are always so interesting to see because whoever holds these positions, if they're able to hit those shots, I mean, they can get a ton of points here.
Is iShots above ground or underneath the ground right now? I think they're underneath, so they're going to be making sure that Team Secret don't get surprised from a team who is in the shelter. Team Secret just spreading out right now, spreading out big time. With so many angles.
You can. That's the whole point about shelter. When you hold this top of this hill, you're able to see everybody rotate out of it. And here comes 4 AM still. Regardless, they have a bunker. They're setting up a nice little car wall right behind them. As you know, Rex is trying to catch Alpha 7. Does get a little bit of a peek, but peeks back on to see if anybody else is running behind him. But at the same time, not wanting to peek his head out too far and get caught by our Abrupt Slayers.
It's like whack-a-mole out here. Abrupt Slayers are in one bunker, 4AM in one, Team Secret in one. All of these bunkers providing very solid cover for the time being. Loops, Alpha 7 currently being peppered out here. And to make matters worse, the blue zone coming to add a little extra pressure.
Nice nade there from Carrillo. Vit22K is forced to run out into the open, and it's only a matter of seconds here before he gets caught. Yeah, Mad Toy able to get that knock. And he's going to try to go for the finish. Yeah, Alpha 7, they were just caught wide in the open. Smokes or not very much you can do when you got squads, you know, just beaming you like that. It's all up to Carrillo, left for Loops, last remaining member for this team.
And when you have squads with an 8-time scope on a mini, like that thing is a laser. That thing is a laser. You're not making it on out alive. Bigetron, still alive. They were in Milta. They are slimming down. Roll kiss from GODSENT. Go for the spray down with the M4. I do respect G9 though, trying to get that revenge onto Konina Power, just not paying off. 4 AM, we start to hear a bunch of shots. Everybody's just taking their shots right now, trying to get some type of knock on these teams coming in from that east side.
This is the tough part. When you have shelters, there's so much open terrain. You got to throw those smokes, got to set up those car walls, and you got to hit those shots. And that's exactly what all these squads are trying to do. Rollkiss sending out a nade through the smokes. Not going to be able to catch anything just yet. GODSENT, they're in gatekeep position right now. They're just trying to keep away all these squads coming in from the blue.
That's the objective. DRS going to have a challenge. Navi, Matic getting peppered. Will they be able to make it onto the shelter? Go for the random spray down through the smokes with the M4. No time. Trying to hit the dirt. Trying to use this buggy to heal. Looks like Ice was able to pop on into the shelter, but surprise! Abrupt Slayers, we're already down here. We're down here.
We've been waiting for you, baby, and this is what you called earlier. I mean, the bottom of shelter paying off really well. There goes Navi. So Navi's going to be done in 10th place. ICY hitting the shimmies right now, trying to survive. Gonna hold it behind this nice thick tree, but it ain't thick enough, baby! As Joker is gonna get the finish.
Dude, what a crazy little ending we got here. What a crazy, I mean, you got the shelter, you got the above ground. Abrupt Slayers, they got the 2-2, they got 2 above, they got 2 under. DRS still alive over here. Next zone does shift. Jukes, Konina Power, hello? Can we get the KPs in the chat?
That southern shift is going to pay off big time for Konina Power, so it could be possible. Can we see only 2 teams win this one out? But they have to get through all these squads that are going to be trying to head down south right now. The only issue is look at the terrain, Dave. Trying to go south of this one, I mean, it's just open field, open range.
Ooh, Nima going to be the first one from DRS, the brave one, to pop in that Dacia. Nima's like, we need to move. We need to move. There's no option. Let's just send it. Where will they send it? Will they go on into shelter and use the shelter, the tunnels, to navigate to this next zone? Is that even an option?
Nima, pink pan on his back, trying to get ready to clap. He's going to have to throw them smokes out and be able to hit some big shots on the way in. Team Secret started to pull up onto 4 Angry Men. Misaki trying to get some pre-fire. U-High on top of the hill. Got to get this fight done right here, right now. The zone is closing on him. The Molotov!
Oh,
no! It just threw it onto himself. Schwan burned it up. As Sook is trying to get another nade on them. It's like a little mini red zone. Look at the top. Look at how many just nades are going back and forth between each other. It's the 4th of July?
4th of July. Someone get Katy Perry. I love 4 AM how they use these vehicles to block the entrance. They have the cover. They have the cover to work with this one. They just need to connect these grenades. You high boy eye shots. Rex on the high ground. Overlooking. Here comes more mollies.
4 AM starting to feel the pressure right
now.
The jump down right there. It's going to put the spray down and going to finish these 2 members of 4 Angry Men down to 1 Angry Man. And he's still pissed. 33 Schwan trying to hold it down for his squad. He's getting those hit markers. And playing gatekeep on a Team Secret. Little revenge
trying
here.
to mow down the grass right here, trying to get that revenge. Like you said, knows exactly where Team Secret are. You high boy down. Eye shots in the Dacia, trying to reposition. Group up with Mad Toy. Oh, the behind, the run over. The run over.
Run over late game. What is going on, Bigetron? Now Microboy had to just watch that happen to his teammates, and he's stuck in the open. Team Secret with the aggressive play paying off.
And you know what? Konina Power, this whole time, in the south, just watching all this. Gonzo was going to be tagged right there. Team Secret looking to play spoiler right now to Konina Power's 3rd chicken dinner.
And there it goes. It's just Axer. He's the remaining player here to be able to get this done. Getting some nice, a nice another point right there. Still, Konina Power, 8 kills. Even if they go out now, this is another phenomenal match for this team. And now Mafia Ninja, he's going to be stuck on heal duty. All he has is 1 first aid kit. He popped it really early too. So he's going to have to go for the run here. Oh, spots Axer though, and shuts down the dream of Konina Power.
Shut him down. Shut him down. That's what Mafia Ninja said right there. Konina Power, though, like you said, 8 kills, 4th place. Solid. Team Secret, 10 kills. Abrupt Slayer, hey, 8 kills.
Evan X being so quiet right now. Team Secret. Oh, they're going to drive over him. Hello! Fist him. And he gets up and knocks Mad Toy. You know he's pissed off about that one right there, but it looks like Rex may be able to get the res. I mean, what these insane vehicle plays from Team Secret are just paying off right now, and they're gonna get the dub.